Good afternoon and welcome to Newsbeat on Good Afternoon Ghana. We are live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana and then also on DSTV on channel 277. My name is Nana Kwesi Kwitia. It's time for us to look at the top stories for this afternoon. Dead at Zanamat, a suburb of the Boku Township, despite the levels of mediation and security talks in recent times. Former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has been detained by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement over issues relating to his immigration status. We will tell you more. Kede District Court remands 5 individuals in connection with the assault of a teacher at Kede Senior High Technical School. These and many more coming up. Stay tuned with us. Welcome back, and these are the details. Former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has been detained by the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement over issues relating to his immigration status, with his legal team working to secure his release. There's more. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention follows former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta's challenges resulting from his continuous stay in the United States. His Ghana-based lawyers Menka Primo, Osei Bunsu, Bruce Catlin and partners confirmed the development in a public notice issued on Wednesday, January 7, 2026. The firm explained that the detention, which occurred on January 6, is despite a pending petition for adjustment of status. His lawyers said Ofori-Atta is law-abiding, fully cooperating with ICE, and that his U.S. legal team is working to resolve the matter expeditiously. Information from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security indicates that he is currently in custody. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Meanwhile, a member of the legal team of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, Frank Davis, has clarified that his client has not overstayed his visa in the United States amid public speculations following reports of his detention by the U.S. immigration authorities.
Mubakaya and Che and Rebecca Chilemo say, OSP, yeah, we Ken Ofori-Atta free the Interpol red alert, no, and yet because of anything, is because he wants Ken Ofori-Atta to leave UK and leave USA and come to UK. Send your best come back to USA. Me catch him. And he Ken Ofori-Atta ye ni deem free Interpol red alert, no. Na OSP, any mubi. The office of the special prosecutor, no, so they should come out and tell Ghanaians. Sa omudini two Interpol red alerts, no mo catch Ghana for nyina mebwana. Na omu ni free sununsuwe. What was the explanations omudi ma Ghana for? Oma ma explanation papebia anamebwa. Look, it's because oye bibia as Ken Ofori-Atta no amane a wobo no obo mani kwesi Akufo-Addo so. Akufo-Addo nso ebo amane mani kwesi eye OSP so. Iti OSP no onim niema cover to and fro onim. Remember so catch Ghana for say Ken Ofori-Atta free Ghana no onu hu ye onim ye aden wan bo hu deru aden wan kan kire Ghana for na ye mu bi ni ankwanko ye demonstration we airport no yan stop no. It's because it is a teamwork. They are working together. Now the TNE Ken Ofori-Atta na USA ne visa no ne visa no oni nkrata wo de betena USA enti eso free kroni. Now Minnesota now won yenimu bi no, we have been following him on Minnesota enye ne o piabontini o kwanyi the street of Minnesota yenene ne nam anopewiane anajo, and he had no idea. We were only waiting for the right time to get ICE involved. As soon as Nevisa we had to alert ICE. Said this is where he is living, this is where he stays. Nevisa will go after him. Because you say the Ghanaian leaders, including this current government, were trying to play with the minds of Ghanaians. So we only needed the eyes to come in. The team in the USA elected the eyes.
Away from that story, the Cadiz District Court has remanded 5 individuals in connection with the assault of a teacher at Cadiz Senior High Technical School. 4 of the suspects have been remanded into prison custody and are expected to reappear in court on 20th January 2026. The 5th suspect, who is a juvenile, has been remanded into police custody pending the next hearing.
Five suspects implicated in the assault of Michael Quayson, a teacher at Cadiz Senior High Technical School, have appeared before the Cadiz District Court, where they pleaded guilty to the charges. The accused were remanded on Wednesday, January 7, in connection with the attack on the teacher. 4 of the suspects, all above 18 years, have been remanded into prison custody, while a 17-year-old juvenile has been remanded into police custody. The court adjourned the case to January 20, 2026 for further proceedings. The assault occurred on October 5, 2025, when Mr. Quayson was attacked by a group of students after enforcing strict supervision during an examination. A video of the incidents later circulated widely in social media, triggering public outrage, especially from teacher unions and even from the president, demanding renewed calls for improved safety for teachers in schools across the country.
Let's turn our attention now to Adenta. Some traders and shop owners at the Adenta lorry station have vowed to vote against the NDC government. This follows the demolition of shops and evacuation of traders at the area by the Adenta Municipal Assembly in order to pave way for the construction of a 24-hour modern market. My colleague Eko Sechisaki engaged the traders and comes through with this report.
The shop owners since morning have been moving out of the place. As we can see at the moment, we still have some shop owners who are trying to pack out of the place. They are trying to dismantle their structures in order to make it easier for them to move away from this particular premises, following the directive by the Adenta Municipal Assembly. In fact, over 100 shops have been affected. In the early hours of today, some officers from the Adenta Municipal Assembly came over to the site with excavators and bulldozers in an attempt to demolish the place. This has really caused some kind of despair and also dissatisfaction among traders. Some of them believe that the Adenta Municipal Assembly have disappointed them.
I see the whole thing like a scam. They scam us totally. No compensation, nothing. And some of us, during, how do you call it, Christmas, we go in for loans and other things. So we expect them to give us like a long period so that we can sell things, so that we will be able to pay our loans.
When I'm young, I'm afraid. I'm afraid you university, SS, JSS. You see, I'm say, may I'm afraid. Yes, I'm almost 2 years. I can't say that I'm almost baby my near question.
Yeah, it's not more than 35 years. Me put a disabled person. I'm a channel. And then it's a crammy pager container and brano. I had the AMA.
Meanwhile, some commercial drivers at the Adenta lorry station are quite happy about the directive.
Within 12 months on the station, arrangement.
It's a good idea because we need development for the area. So I think it's okay.
The traders, with uncertainty about what the future holds for them, they are really pleading with government in order for government to give them ample time so that they can mobilize themselves properly and move out. Reporting for Metro News, my name is Eko Sechisaki, Adenta lorry station.
All right, so we'll be bringing you more on the Adenta situation. It's something that has gone over the board, and I'm sure that authorities are doing the best that they can to make sure that the situation is amicably resolved so that the traders over there can also be happy about their business. All right, so we're going to move on now to politics. And the Wale Wale Member of Parliament, Dr. Tia Abdul Kabiru Mahama, has waded into the New Patriotic Party leadership debate, declaring that Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is better suited for the presidency than Kennedy Agyapong because Kennedy Agyapong lacks character to be president. There is more.
The Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Dr. Tia Kabiru, is arguing that Kennedy Agyapong's character and temperament are not suited for the nation's highest office. Speaking on Good Afternoon Ghana, the Wale Wale MP said that he does not believe the former Assin Central legislator would make a good president, stressing that the demands of a leading constitutional democracy require a leader with restraint, respect for the rule of law, and the ability to promote unity through measured public communication.
Well, so I don't think that if Mr. Of course, if he's the only person to be the president of the Ghana.
No, among the 5 candidates.
Among the 5 candidates, with the greatest respect, he would not make a good president for the people of Ghana. For now.
Kennedy Agyapong will not make a good president.
Yeah, the times. You see, Trump...
In the times that we are
let me tell you, Trump, at a particular time, would be the worst president of the United States of America. But at a point in time, he will be the best president. So the times of a nation demands the sort of leadership we require. And this time that we are in, the times that we are in, do not need a character like Mr. Kennedy Agyapong. He would be a good president, especially soon when we are transiting from the era of probably Mr. Rawlings, where we needed someone who would probably not have regard. But we are in a rule of law. Constitutional democracy. You understand? Everyone must live within the dictates. You must respect your neighbor. Your utterances must build bridges. Okay, this is the kind of leadership we want.
He also stated that he would be scandalized if Kennedy Agyapong garners votes from his constituency, as only Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia meets the metrics to lead the party.
You are the MP. How would you feel if Kennedy Agyapong or Brian Achampong is able to pull some votes from Wale Wale?
I'll be scandalized. I'll be disappointed. As a matter of fact, there's not going to be any justification. There's not going to be any justification whatsoever by anyone voting for such a candidate. Because you see, by all metrics of political patronage, of political alliance, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has met every single metric.
Away from that, let's take a trip to the northern part of Ghana, and 2 tricycle operators have been shot dead at Zanamat, a suburb of the Boku Township. The incident occurred on Wednesday, 7th January 2026, when the 2 residents at Bakango in the Binduri district were on their way to attend to a customer identified as an Igbo man residing in the Boku Township.
According to reports, a group of young men accosted them on the way and called on gunmen to fire on them, killing one instantly and injuring the other. Both the deceased and the injured were conveyed to the Vineyard Hospital in Boko, where the injured victim later passed away. Confirming the incident, Assembly member for the Binduri electoral area, Azuma Emmanuel, stated that he received a call from the police stating that 2 of his electorates have been shot dead. The victims are Salifu Shaibu and Asana Mbawin. This is the first major casualty recorded in the area since the beginning of the year.
All right, so on the phone is security consultant Richard Kumado, who is going to talk to us about the Boku issue. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Afternoon, sir.
All right, so quickly tell us about your perspective about what is happening now in Boku.
Well, I think this is one isolated case. And number 2, I think the police will get to the bottom of it. Number 3, to the extent that the assemblyman has been identified, and they have identified the people coming from his constituency, it makes life easier for the families to identify those who have been killed. For the killers or the suspects, I want to believe that the security officers on the ground will have to identify them and get them arrested and get to the bottom of this. Non-punishable offenses will rationalize many of these senseless killings. But if they can get to the bottom of it and make sure they put them where the law prescribes for them, that would be a major boost to maintaining law and order in Boku.
All right, so let me ask you this. Are we ever going to see an end to the Boku conflict?
No, this has nothing to do with conflict. This is a criminality. This is somebody who shot somebody and they are dead. When you shoot people and they die, you are a criminal and you are a murderer and you needed to be treated as such. It's always a problem when we link it to the conflict. Then we make it more like a conflict allows people to be killing people. This is crime, and our laws prescribe the remedies for criminals. So let the law take its course, and that is the only way we are going to bring people to book those who take guns into their own hands and kill people senselessly.
Okay, so how about the security agencies over there and also authorities? How do you think they should put measures in place so that people would not go about their own individual...
This is one of a public safety challenge.
It's
one of a personal security failure.
Okay.
Because as a matter of fact, your personal security is your personal responsibility. The police, as maintaining law and order, will deal with issues of vulnerability where people's rights has been abused, and this is one of them. And I want to believe the police will get to the bottom of this and deal with it.
All right. So, finally, how do we keep peace in that area so that nothing else happens for us to link it to the Boku conflict?
No, security management is a continuous process. Security breaches occur almost every now and then in every part of the world. Personal security dynamics will have to be taken seriously by individuals. And where there are breaches such as the one we are talking about, the police must act swiftly as they have always done.
Thank you very much, security consultant Mr. Richard Kumodo. We've been speaking to him concerning the situation at Boku. All right, thank you very much, sir, and have a good afternoon. Let's move on now to the Adenta story as tensions rise at the Adenta lorry station and questions mount over the Assembly's decision. Our parliamentary correspondent Dominic Ansapra engages the municipal chief executive Ella Isinam Nongo for Adenta to shed more light on the rationale behind the operations and its implications for the constituency.
The demolition exercise that went on at the Adenta lorry station. She's here. I don't want to speak much. Let's hear from her. The people have a concern that time was not given enough for the demolition. But I believe that the Assembly also have something to say. Madam, you are live on Metro News. Good afternoon, Ghana. Talk to us.
Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. And then I wish your cherished viewers also a very good afternoon and then a happy new year.
Right. The people have a concern, like I earlier submitted. What do you think viewers or the Adentan people do not get it right?
Okay, well, I'm sure you're talking about the demolition exercise. Okay, so somewhere, I think first week in November, the local government ministry met all the 261 MMDCs in Ghana, and then they told us about the good news, that is the 24-hour model markets that the president is bringing to all the districts as part of his resetting agenda. Right. So of course Adenta was not left out, and so what we, the MMDCs, had to do was to provide the space for the modern markets. Before then, 2 years ago, that was in 2023, my predecessor had some investors who were here to build a mall for Adenta. Right. So they were asked to vacate the place. And there were a lot of negotiation, discussions were ongoing and all that. At that time, I was an assembly member, so I was one of the people who went to the MP to plead on their behalf. Because if, as an individual or a private person building a mall, then it means that it wouldn't really, they wouldn't have the space to decide who gets what.
Exactly.
So this time, but they were notified, all right, in 2023. But through our intervention, it didn't go on. So we had to, forget about the whole process. Then now comes a 24-hour model markets. What we had to do as MMD6 was to provide a space.
Which was introduced by this government.
Which was introduced by this government. So I've been honest light on us to provide a space. So we called them. We did several engagements to let them know that now there's something bigger coming up. It's no longer a mall that will be controlled by the private individual, but this time it's government that is bringing a model market. Right. So they were asked to just vacate the place so that we have the space to build the market. They welcomed the news. We even projected how the modern market was going to be like. And all of them, I mean, okay, most of them were very impressed. They had only a few concerns, one of which was the fact that they were wondering if the market is ready, would they have the opportunity to access the market? I was like, oh, of course, they would, because each district is going to have that same market. So that nobody from Medina will come to Adenta asking for a space. Right. The same way nobody from Dodowa or wherever will come to Adenta. It is in Adenta, so it is for the people of Adenta, and especially the people who, I mean, were at the station for that period of time. So we told them that, and then they even applauded us. We exchanged pleasantries, and then they all left. And just a week after, the leadership of the place, I mean, they have their leaders who man the place, came to ask for more time. And I think it was getting to Christmas. But we had a communique, or we had a directive that, or an information that government was going to cut short for the commencement of the project first week in December. That's right. So it was up to us to make the space available for the cutting of the sword. Okay. So I told them then, in as much as I feel their pain and I would want them to be there for some time, I would have to do consultation to find out if the sword cutting is not coming on the first week of December. The consultant came, we took the consultant there to look at the place and assess the place and to okay the place. And I had to talk to a few people, and then I realized then the sword cutting may not come on the first week of December. It would drag a bit. Right. So I decided, okay, I met the leadership again, and I told them that, okay, I know that some of them had gone for loans. So I would rather put a human face and then allow them to be there for the time being, so that after December.
Let's turn our attention now to Bank of Ghana, and the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II has urged the Bank of Ghana to be shielded from political interference, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding the central bank's independence and integrity. The Asantehene described the Bank of Ghana as a critical national institution whose mandate affects every citizen, urging political actors to exercise restraint in their dealings with the central bank. He made the call during a courtesy visit to the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Johnson Isiama, on Wednesday, 7th January 2026.
This moment calls for a massive push to stimulate domestic private investment in industry. That cannot happen with interest at their current cutthroat rate and level. The challenge I leave with your creative brains is to fashion how you move the economy from the crippling high interest regime to the level where it becomes a stimulant of business and wealth creation. The second issue I wish to touch on it is the bank of the public in the public sphere. This is a unique institution with a mandate that ultimately affects every citizen of the land. Ideally, this citadel should be a fortress, insulated from the strings and arrows of political warfare. Whatever it is, we should think twice before we do anything which has the capacity to cast a stain on the integrity of the bank. Sure. I will appeal to the nation, to both sides of the political divide, to give the governor, my son, and his team a chance. Give them the respect and the space to perform their professional duties. Support them along the right path and offer counsel as necessary for the good of the bank. Sure. This is our bank. We have entrusted to them. It is our lives we have placed in their hands. If they fail, we risk collapse. Sure. If they succeed, we walk in well.
All right, so that was the situation with Bank of Ghana, as we are looking at making sure that we give them the opportunity to handle themselves and no political interference here and there. We're going to also look at other stories that are coming up right away. And the Ghana ambassador to the United States of America, His Excellency Victor Emmanuel Smith, has paid a courtesy call on the ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the United States, His Excellency Zai Weng, to discuss strengthening Ghana-China relations and avenues for expanded cooperation in key sectors of mutual interest. There's more.
The meeting focused on Ghana's participation in the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, Beijing Summit, as well as emerging priorities in trade, a digital economy, infrastructure, energy, mining, agriculture, fishing, and people-to-people exchanges. Ambassador Smith, who was warmly received by Ambassador Zai Weng, recalled the long-standing cordial relationships between Ghana and China, stressing that both countries had significant opportunities to further deepen bilateral cooperation. He underscored Ghana's strategic relevance as an important partner in South-South cooperation, adding that sustained engagement between the two countries remain vital and should continue to be guided by mutual respect and shared development priorities. The discussions between the two envoys also reviewed outcomes and prospects from Ghana's engagement in the FOCAC Beijing Summit, with particular attention to exploring diversified collaboration and enhancing cooperation in mining, energy, infrastructure, agriculture, and fishing. Ambassador Smith expressed appreciation for China's continued support and assistance to Ghana, reiterating Ghana's interest in strengthening cooperation with China in areas including trade, digital innovation, infrastructure development, energy, mining, and expanded people-to-people relations. Ambassador Smith used the opportunity to brief his Chinese counterpart on President Mahama's reset agenda, highlighting flagship initiatives such as the 24-hour economy and the Big Push program.
That's it for the news for Good Afternoon Ghana. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, Good Afternoon Ghana continues from here.
I'm a branch manager. Of course, I accept only quality and affordable printed souvenirs for my promotional campaigns.
I'm the head of academic affairs of a very important institution in Ghana. Of course, we only deal with quality, reliable printing companies for our institution's printing materials. I'm talking about appointed time printing.
Appointed Time Printings. We take pride in our extensive print scope that transform your ideas into captivating visual masterpieces. We delve into the core objectives and vision of each print project. Precision printing is at the heart of our printing process as we meet your tight deadlines. Our rigorous inspection, color verification, and overall printing excellence are assured. 20 years of printing excellence. It's always a pleasure working with you to create a vibrant, dazzling printing experience that gives you a masterpiece. Appointed Time Printing, your world of quality and affordable printing.
Chiachia winning Nara, me ding edge baby dapa, Mediatia Sonko Cran Ebremo. Now that what you animal with you and Japan Medibremo. And no any summer spices. Summer spices in here, and we wow no bebreo. Various flavors, Ubenya a yako, Ubenya Nemchi, you do good jollof woman and we get dead. Ubenya you do quam, you do for you. Hot Nako Pibito, na Emma with Gianni, and yet dead. When you mean ya, you can your cocoa for Eka.
Autant de communication, ni o enjoy utuba that Samu spices. One in the essence no time. I'm going to get that. Samu spices in a BTA. Daddy so say. Samu spices. Mun Samu. Samu spices. Nyama chicken.
Samu spices. In Sanaka in Kitwa, mixture 10 grams. Your chicken, spaghetti, garlic and ginger, stew, and jollof, and the flavors of Bebre.
Samu spices. Yes,
In my line of work, a confident smile is everything. Kel Chaco toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job,
We spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Kel Charcoal toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
Samayo Kendini, a who be here, Semetra Sapapadia to a mammy man for Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is several buying, a man is swing, and a sansu mama hotel so a will beg you.
Kel Charcoal toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
What does he see in her that he's not seeing in me? Look at me!
Eugene and Anekia made a choice.
You won't believe what Pam and Anekia have done to me.
Abstain.
Why abstain? I have been seeing through your shenanigans all night. I thought I told you that I didn't want to see that girl in this house again. I'm sorry, Cinnamon.
Lost. I've won the battle. Get over it.
Battle?
Whiny.
I like you very much. That's why I brought in this.
Protect me?
Yes, I'm ready to listen to you.
Eugene Clark. That boy. That womanizer.
You are old enough. I would like you to man up to choose among these two.
Now, the baby is baby. So we are coming to come and see.
Sometimes I just sit and then regret what really happened.
Take care to prevent pregnancy.
Just stop it. They have to pay for what they've done to me.
Be ready for the storm coming up for you. The revenge is not necessary.
From finding your dream home to building a legacy for your family, the Homeowner Show has been your trusted guide.
How sure are you what you are getting is the right land? And it has to do with searches, land commission, checking social planning authority, checking everything to make sure that what you are buying is not a problem or a challenge-prone transaction.
The stress of even not owning a house and constantly coughing up to rent is a big issue.
Join me, Hannah Atiasi, and my distinguished panelists as we delve into exciting conversations.
Season 3 of The Homeowner Show, every Saturday at 6 p.m., only on Metro TV. Don't just own a house, build a legacy for your family.
Then, I dare you to date Maud for reasons.
I will get that.
You go get you.
I will get that.
So we can't sit here more than 1 hour or close to 1 hour. If you only ask Sabi, I go fit up.
You know my friend, Alpha. Well, he wants to go on a date with you.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm serious.
No. I'm not interested.
Listen.
I'm just hoping this will continue forever.
This is forever and ever.
Come on, Alpha, shut up and let me talk. I picked you from the streets as a little boy, and I'll count you.
Let me take you home and prepare something for you.
All right, yes, I was ready to invest 20,000. Tell me more about it.
Okay.
More than 80% of global trade is carried by sea. Most of the products we consume daily travel through ports, making them a key link in the global supply chain. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is committed to ensuring the enhancement, resilience and sustainability of port infrastructure and maritime trade. Get to know which vessel is bringing your goods, how much duty you are required to pay and how quickly you can clear your goods from the ports of Ghana. We ask the relevant questions and elicit responses from the appropriate authorities. We interact with you via our social media platforms and put your queries across to the expert. Iron Port shows this and every Sunday live on Metro TV at 5:30 p.m. Iron Port is proudly brought to you by and powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Iron Port, transparency in doing business and building a nation.
Welcome back from the break. Many thanks for staying with us here. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. You're on Metro TV. My name is Desmond Okreku-Danso, and we're live on Facebook at Metro TV Ghana. You can join us live on there. And also, if you're leaving your office, your home, listen, we're live on the radio also on 94.1 FM, so you can join us on there. This afternoon, we've got two big conversations. One about the NPP, the race towards the 31st January presidential primaries, and we'll be speaking to Akosua Menu, and she is special aide to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. She's been on the campaign with Dr. Bawumia. We'll be talking about all that has been happening and preparation towards 31st January. And later we get to talk, I'm sure this week you must have seen that we're having a lot of conversations about the church, prophets, prophecies about Ghana, especially the NPP presidential primary sources. So we get to talk to Apostle General Ray Michael. He will be joining us on the show. So it's going to be an exciting time here on the show. But Akosua is here, and so we're going to get into it right away. Later we'll be playing for you Presser from the team also later on the show. And of course you can join us via social media pages with all your questions, anything you want to add, and of course, I'm sure later we can drop the WhatsApp number so you can send your comments onto the platform. Also, Akosua, welcome.
Thank you.
Happy New Year to you. Yeah, and you're looking good as always, though.
Thank you.
I see. No, don't say the one you said.
The one I said off way. You have to send me Momo right now.
Don't say that one. But how has it been already for you personally?
Oh, personally, it's been good. I mean, I think I haven't been to the studios
Actually, first time being on this.
Oh, first time being
so,
here.
Good
Okay.
afternoon, Ghana.
Yeah.
But good morning, Ghana is where I cut my teeth.
Right.
Primarily in communications. My great party. Oh dear. So it's been good adjusting and taking our role of opposition party very seriously.
Okay.
It's
One year on,
Yes.
how has it been being in opposition?
Oh, so you first have to appreciate the fact that opposition is part of the governance architecture.
Right.
So opposition has a role to play. So even though we are not in power, the role you play in governance affects all of us. So we do have a right to criticize, to complain, and to call it out if we see it wrong. But as always, I say let's do it with some decorum and some civility in our discourse and our engagement, because younger people are always listening and following, and if we do it right, they also learn from us.
Right. If a party like the NPP is kicked out and the NDC comes in saying that they're going to reset a lot of things, the first year of President Mohammed's administration, yesterday there was a Thanksgiving service and there have been ratings, you know, looking at the economic indicators here and there. Have you been impressed?
So if I was to rate them based on their campaign promise and a policy-driven promise, and a promise which primarily would have touched on the lives of young people as far as jobs were concerned. They promised a 24-hour economy. That was a policy. That was their flagship policy. For ours, it's been launched, but what are the outcomes?
Won't it take some time for it to be able to be done?
Okay, but what are the timelines? I just saw that a budget of 110 million cedis or so is allocated to it. So I'm just making a comparison. If we were to say the first year, based on what you said, to score.
Right.
So let's say if I take the former government who campaigned on a overarching flagship policy, which was free SHS, which they implemented within the first year of governance, which was 2017. By September, it had launched. And the fruits of it are visible. You know, there are persons in your family who went through free SHS, as well as mine, and there are several people. It wasn't, you didn't have to show your party card to access free education, okay? And that was implemented in the first year, and we saw it. So if the overarching policy or the flagship policy was a 24-hour economy, then where is it? And I'm saying so because I've seen protests or demonstrations from people who wore party-branded T-shirts, who indicated their IDs that they registered with the party, pleading and begging that they don't want to be home anymore, they want a job and all that. It tells that the government has a lot more to do. So, and that is to fulfill its main promise, because I believe a 24-hour economy was supposed to be a boost to the economy and create opportunities for young people and women as well.
Right.
So on that score, maybe I give them a solid 2 over 10, because I haven't seen anything. I've seen a building though, and I'll give them one.
So that's just for the 24 hours?
Not just for the 24 hours.
2 over 10.
If I were to come to the economy, they haven't done anything else in the economy as far as I'm concerned. Yes, just so you took a ship and you are not turning left or right. You are just holding and going and holding it steady.
Sinking.
The ship was the ship went through a crisis, a global crisis, and out of which bold ideas and solutions were proffered. That is why I am solidly behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the flag bearer of the party. Why? Because a policy that he championed and implemented through his ingenuity, which is the gold purchase program, is one of the core anchors of stability as far as this government is concerned.
So you're not giving them any credit?
I won't give them credit, because if they had, let's say they had scrapped that and implemented their own ideas and said this is what is steadying the ship, then I would agree. But the Minister of Finance, Honorable Atuforsen, has admitted that that policy is helping. The Bank of Ghana governor has admitted that policy is the one that is holding us all together.
So they are feeding off what you started?
Yes, because if you today, I come to your wedding today, and I see a young, pretty, I don't want to say the color type that I know you like, but I see a young, beautiful girl, and tomorrow you call me in the morning and say, "Kuzi, you have a baby boy," I'll be shocked. Because I don't know how, unless you implemented a 24-hour economy, I don't see how it's possible for you.
You're actually speaking like a prophetess because you're actually saying.
I don't know. I don't know how. Right. Yes, I don't know how it would be that you could manifest a human being within 24 hours of having gotten married.
So the rate will be.
So my point is, when a policy is implemented, it takes some time for you to see its fruits, or for you to see its outcomes. And the outcome of that policy manifested during the first year of the administration. In fact, we saw it within the last 2 months of the MPP administration, where it dropped. The rates were around 14 before we exited PAR.
Now, but it's now at 10. So
which clearly shows you that the policy has worked. Again, they didn't do anything different as far as I'm concerned. But it's fine as the admission on their part gives me great hope because it's a testament to how amazing and how bold and visionary our candidate is, as in Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
I'm waiting for the rating over 10.
On the economy.
Yeah, you said you were going to rate that.
What does Musa Dankwa say? Since he's now there.
I want your rating.
My rating, if I was to rate it, I would give them 100% for not scrapping Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's idea. I'll give them 100% for not discarding that policy, which would have literally put us in the ditch, because when they came, they said we're resetting. But if they saw value in that one policy, I'll give them at least 100% for that honesty, for not scrapping it. And of course, it gives credence to my amazing visionary candidate.
Right, so she didn't do the rating overall. No. So we're going to talk about the 31st January presidential primaries and a group of NPP parliamentary candidates who contested the 2024 general elections on Thursday. That's they formally declared their collective support for the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's bid to become the party's flag bearer. And let's take a look at that presser. When we can, we talk about the campaign and how it has been so far.
Our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, as has been stated, we invited you here this morning to, through you, announce to the entire MPP fraternity in particular, and to the generality of the people of Ghana, our decision to support the candidature of His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia as flag bearer of our great party, the New Patriotic Party, for the second time at the 31st January 2026 presidential primaries, and subsequently lead the party into the 2028 general elections. Ladies and gentlemen, it is true that some of us of this group have, in their individual capacities, variously supported the candidature of Dr. Bawumia as he prepared for the 2026 primaries. However, we 118 PCs who represented the New Patriotic Party for the 2024 general elections, convinced that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was not the reason nor the cause of our 2024 electoral defeat, as per the various studies conducted by the party's own Professor Michael Quay committee, highlights of which have been provided by the General Secretary, and also independent institutions such as the Konrad Adenauer Foundation, the New Patriotic Party's own Parliamentary Caucus, the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, have, after extensive engagement amongst ourselves, and importantly, after engaging our polling station executives, electoral area coordinators, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders and patrons, taking a decision to come together and collectively declare our support for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's candidature for the 2028 presidential elections. This declaration, ladies and gentlemen, following the one earlier made by our 63 compatriots who were victorious in the 2024 parliamentary elections and are today ably representing the party in Parliament, is intended to send a clear message to the grassroots of our party and the good people of Ghana that the majority of their representatives whom they chose to lead the party during the 2024 general elections are strongly united behind the candidature of Dr. Bawumia. We must, at the very outset, state that this decision is not born out of any parochial or self-interest on our part. It has been taken after sober reflection and based on the deep sense of duty to our great party in particular and the future direction of our dear nation, Ghana. We have listened to key stakeholders in our various constituencies, including, as I said, our polling station executives, electoral area coordinators, constituency executives, former constituency executives, council of elders and patrons. We have also listened to the youth, market women, our farmers and fisherfolk, businessmen and businesswomen, opinion leaders, religious leaders and traditional authorities, and I've come to the conclusion that there exists broad and overwhelming consensus that Dr. Bawumia is best placed amongst all the eminent personalities who are vying for the flag-bearing position of our party to lead our great party into the 2028 general elections. The greater majority of well-meaning Ghanaians are looking to us, delegates, to do just that. Dr. Bawumia has proven himself to be a visionary leader with a track record of competence, integrity, and commitment to Ghana's development. His experience as Vice President, coupled with his policy initiatives and innovative ideas, makes him the ideal candidate to lead the NPP to victory in 2028. His exceptional leadership qualities demonstrated during his tenure as Vice President, his technical expertise in economics and finance, his commitment to Ghana's digital transformation and good governance, his compassion and empathy for the Ghanaian people are key qualities that make Dr. Bawumia an ideal leader of our party at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, we believe that Dr. Bawumia's leadership will be a game changer for Ghana. Hence, our decision to support his candidature.
Okay, so that was a presser earlier this morning, and you had Andrew Japamesa, former MP4 2nd D and former Deputy Energy Minister, among several other contestants from the 2024 election of the NPP, fully supporting Dr. Bawumia's bid for the presidential primaries on January 31. And Akosua Aminu was there also. I saw you
was.
In there.
Yes. So there have been a number of declarations.
Right.
Okay, and I was just literally going through the list. If you look at 88 MPs, right? First was 88 MPs initially. And out of 88 MPs, we had 66 declaring for DMB. Then former MPs, the number about 50.
50.
Yes, in the last election, and 34 of them through their support to DMB. Now, if you add that to 118 of us who ultimately are from now orphan constituencies, you put that together, that's about 118 over 147. And what are we saying? And that's majority. That's over 70%.
Yeah.
What are we saying? That having vetted the reasons why we lost the elections in 2024, assessing the messaging of the other candidates, who they are 70% of their campaign is laying blame at the doorstep of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Research, independent research, including our own, from 3 independent bodies. Conrad Adonai, that's like not Ghanaian. The Professor Michael Kwe committee that was set up to look at electoral laws. None of the reasons why we lost are on the person of Dr.
Bawumia.
Unlike what other candidates suggest. And we have also, you know, the beauty of an election is once a campaign starts, you get to also assess the candidates, how they respond to issues, what ideas they are outlining, how they conduct themselves in terms of character, emotional intelligence, how they are even treating others and their opponents in the process. And the it is clear that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia stands tall as the most prepared, most formidable and winnable.
For the team, what does this do for you? The support from all of these people that you have mentioned, do the delegates really understand that, okay, the former MPs say they're for Bawumia, okay, so then we are for Bawumia also?
So, majority of former MPs are saying they are for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Majority of former parliamentary candidates are saying they are for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. The majority of former MPs are saying they are for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Majority of the delegates across the country. And he's currently in the Savannah region. He's going to tour the northern region itself. He's also going to tour Ashanti region. We know how big a constituency Ashanti is. And across the country, as he's campaigned and as he listened to his message, there's no doubt in the minds of the delegates that he is the best to represent us again. In fact, in the last 2-3 months, certain comments from other candidates have made them realize that the safest pair of hands to put the party in is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's hands.
On this tour that he's embarking, does he listen to all the conversations that happen around him from other candidates, the other campaign teams and all that?
So one thing that he actually did before he started his campaign was do an independent study in certain regions.
Okay.
And didn't even rely on internal structures, outsourced it to third parties.
Right.
Because sometimes when, let's say if I go and sit in even my own constituency, it's possible that people will filter or tailor certain messages and I might not hear really what is on the ground. So you take a reverse route. So it's more, if you show up, people feel like, okay, you have credibility. Let me tell you what I think is happening.
Okay.
And on that score, it gave him an idea of what the issues are. And in his messaging, he's tailored his messaging to answer a broad base of questions that popped up across every constituency across the country. It's inevitable that we admit our excesses or lapses. One of the things that the top 3, as far as the reasons for our loss, decisions by the government, attitude of appointees and people in roles of leadership. We know how it happens. Apathy, where 2.1 million of our own members and supporters did not turn up to vote. And that suggests a deep introspection. And one of the things that he even says on tour is, especially in asking for the support of the delegates, is do not put your differences with, let's say, Akwesi, who you have issues with.
Right.
Don't punish me for that. So I essentially didn't have anything.
But
that's politics for you.
Yeah, and that's why the other campaign teams will say that, well, you're a part of government, you're a part of you were the main man behind the economy.
Without a doubt. And don't forget that one of the things that even came up from certain places was asking for an apology. And he says, who apologizes? And he took it upon himself to say, you know what, let's lay it down. We apologize. Because certain decisions hurt people. Hate it or love it, if you belong to a political party and you are in government and you see your former Chief Justice picketing, it's a sign of trouble. So for Ekufu picketed. Why? Because of a decision such as DDEP. It wasn't something that the government happily went to the table for as a solution. It was the last resort, given the times we're in. If there had been a little more grace period or a time, a solution which was less painful than that would have been found.
Okay.
So we cannot dismiss the fact that certain decisions hit a certain base of our own people. Because for the MPP, the middle class has always been our anchor as a party. But if the middle class are saying, we don't recognize you anymore, it means we have to do a deep introspection as a party. Exactly. And once we come back, and I know our great party will always bounce back. In fact, I have more confidence in the MPP bouncing back than even Manchester United at this point. Not to draw parallels, but let me just say though that I know we will bounce back if you know the history of the party. These are cycles. Who would have thought that the NDC would rebrand itself and even make itself appealing to young people? Who would have thought that the MPP will lose in tertiary institutions? That wasn't what we were used to. But it also means that if we take things for granted, we will not be in tune with the times.
Yeah.
So we need effective leadership, effective representation. We need to do a deep introspection. And most importantly, we need to recognize that as the world is changing, you need a leader that is able to sit down, well composed, emotionally intelligent, and also very brilliant, who would have ideas on how to push this great country of ours, which is yet to see its true potential forward. I think Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the best president we're yet to see.
Right, so I'm going to bring in my colleague Akwesi every year. This is part of our build-up towards the 31st January NPP presidential primaries, and so make sure that you keep it locked right here on Metro TV for all the updates, of course, from all the campaign teams towards the elections. And Akwesi, how are you doing?
I am good. Desmond, how are you too?
I'm okay. We're just gearing ourselves towards 31st January, and I was telling earlier that it looks like it's going to be a data and science thing versus spiritual prophet.
But before that, Akosia thinks that the economy is going very well because we are looking very good. Have you asked her, forgive me, what her assessment is? Because yesterday...
No, I think you are misquoting me. You are misquoting me.
No, I'm saying you think.
No, I
so
said...
I'm going to allow you to speak. I'm going to allow you to speak.
Right.
That yesterday is the 7th day of... was the 7th day of January.
Yeah.
When there's been issues of Galamsey. There had been statements from people who are now ministers of government about how to tackle Galamsey and the period within which Galamsey could be tackled. There's been issues from the 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
There's been issues from the exchange rate. Trump imposed tariffs. Lots of actions have happened. Before you answer that, Eduji Tamaklo says that if you were in power, fuel prices would have been increased, premised on the fact that Maduro has been captured by the US president. What's your response to Eduji Tamaklo?
So Eduji now admits that external factors have a role to play in the economy. When COVID-19 hits, and I've sat on Good Morning Ghana reiterating this point several times, that once in 100 years pandemic, none of our family members were alive when the last pandemic hit. On a global scale, where you and I were not even sure whether we were going to survive that year, where countries closed borders, where people didn't even have access to health, out of which reason we saw even the need to ensure there are district hospitals, so people don't bring in emergencies from Kumasi all the way to Accra, or to move from Central Region to Korle Bu or 37 or whatnot. We saw the need to invest heavily in our healthcare. When post-facto COVID happened, the Russian-Ukraine war also kicked in. When we screamed external factors were hitting us, they said it wasn't. So what business does he have talking about a Venezuelan president being captured and its effect on the pump? Again, based on the question you asked earlier, they have to admit, and they know they do admit, that what is holding this economy currently together is a single commodity, which is gold. A program which Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, a policy gold purchase program. Don't forget there was gold for reserves, gold purchase program, there was a gold for oil. The gold purchase program is what is holding this economy together. This is not something they thought of even when they were in government before exiting in 2016. This is something that kicked in when we're looking for serious solutions. And I say, I read economics. And again, some of these solutions that Dr. Bawumia brilliantly comes up with, I haven't seen in a textbook before. That is why I have confidence in wanting him to lead the affairs of the state in the future. So what is holding everything together, as far as that is concerned, is that policy. What we hope they do is to evolve the economy beyond just banking on gold. Because as we speak, we all know there's a 240 million loss that has been in contention, where they claim there's no loss, yet a document which the finance minister and governor signed to the IMF signed captures this 214 million loss. So there are questions to be answered, and they are not answering it well. And there was a statement many years ago. I remember somebody said this. I'm trying to remember whether it was an uncle or I'm trying to remember who said this. And it was, when I first heard it, it was insulting to me. But what did it say? It said, if you want to hide something from an African,
put it in a book.
Put it in a book. What were the odds of us dismissing that IMF report and not looking at the tail end of it to see who signed the report? Who signed the report? The governor, I believe, read through it and believed it was a true source document before sending it to the IMF. The Minister of Finance also signed on it, only for them to come out brazenly to tell us that there's no loss. Now, the verdict is out there as far as I'm concerned.
Is it to say the governor did not read the document, the Minister of Finance did not read before appending their signature?
I think that's a question we have to ask your audience. That's a question we ask the audience. For you to say there's no loss, and then for a document to show you signed on a document to the IMF, which says, which has a 240 million loss captured. It begs the question, what else are you lying about? My point was that, yes, it's one of the things that scared me, because you mentioned Galamsey. Galamsey is a problem. It's running on stilts in this government. And the president himself told us, on the back end of the amazing goodwill he's enjoying because he's in his first term, told us that...
Not because he's managing the economy well?
No, he told us that there's no other alternative. Basically, what else is there, right? Imagine the former president telling us this. A president who took Galamsey on and fought his party over Galamsey and took decisions. Over 1.5 years, there was no mining. We know. We sat here and discussed it. Against his own party, said no way.
But the president also said that they have done the 9 months and all that. So see how that work. We need to see how that work with 9 months goes.
I think
then,
principles must stand the test of time. The champion voices around the president, some of whom even lay threats at his doorstep that if he comes and doesn't stop Galamsey, you have questions to answer, which is the current Minister of Communication.
Honorable Sam Natijo,
yes.
You are referring to him?
Yes.
What do you want Sam George to do?
I don't want Sam George. I want Sam George to live up to his words. The same
You want him to resign?
Audacity that he spoke to the flag bearer of his party before
Do you want
he
him
became
to
president.
resign?
On principle, he should. Why not?
You want Sam George to resign?
On principle, if he means what he says, right? And he's a deacon as well. If he means what he says, he has to resign. But of course,
he's a deacon of the Perez
Of course, yes. So if he means what he says, and if he puts the nation's interest at heart, as he championed in opposition, only for us to realize that it's going to be 10 times worse than what I mean, what else is there? What other evidence do you need to see? At what expense should we put this country's safety and interest? On Galamsey?
Let's come to the 31st January elections. You are coming from Adenta. Everybody knows you there. Obanwa. Honorable Mahama Tia Kabiru is from Wali Wali. We put out the question to him, how many votes Bawumia is going to get. I know you are for Bawumia. Is
Yes.
that the case?
Yes, I am.
You are campaigning for Bawumia.
Hard.
You want Bawumia to win.
Absolutely.
What's your total delegates number there in the Adenta constituency?
As captured in the album is 1,522.
But that college is going to be expanded now.
Not for this election. It will be after the election.
It will be after this
yes.
election.
So
But
this
for
election,
this presidential
yes.
elections.
However, the expansion is on so the likes of former constituency executives will get to vote. Former parliamentary candidates have a voting right this time around. It wasn't like that before.
Yes, that's where the expanded college.
Yes.
But that comes after the presidential elections on the 31st of this month. So 31st of this month, you are vouching for Dr. Bawumia because of the number of issues, and we'll come to some of them. 1,000
former parliamentary candidates get to vote in this presidential
in this one.
Yes.
So you're going to vote?
Yes. But I
You're
also,
delegate.
yes, I'm a delegate, even before having a writer.
Yes.
Okay, so back to your question.
So the question is, how many delegates are there?
You want me to propose a vote count for him?
How many are you in your capacity
as a
former
let me say this. And
parliamentary aspirant?
Let me say this.
I know there are a number of people following you in the constituency.
Let me say this, and I've been asked this question percentages. When they ask percentages, I tell them, I'm not Musa Dankwa. Go to a poster for percentages. What I will tell you for fact, and I won't leave it down to accounts, because even when I did the numbers for my own primaries, the count I expected wasn't the count I got, but I still won. I'll tell you for fact that he's going to win in my constituency.
By how many votes?
I'm not going to.
You said
I only want to say over 1,000 votes. I'm going to say he's going to get a majority of the votes in the constituency.
But he can't get over 1,000 votes.
He can get it.
He can get over 1,000 votes. Are you working towards that?
I'm working. You see, one of the things that you have to be smart as a politician not to do is lay out your strategy, brazenly ridiculous and ascribing numbers. But I'll tell you that he's going to win in my constituency. And let me tell you, in Greater Accra, where others felt that they held sway, where others even jumped ship because they felt they had certain influences that could draw people away from the candidates. After touring Greater Accra, there are over 522 electoral area coordinators. You know what electoral area coordinators are?
Yes, I know.
They are the liaison officers.
For every constituency.
They are the ground officers. 451 of them.
451?
Yes. Declared for Dr. Mahmoud
Electoral
Bawumia.
area coordinators
in Greater Accra. Declared for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Including Amasamoah constituency.
Including
Madina.
Including Madina. All the electoral area coordinators. There were Okaikwe South. I believe it was a 13 out of 13 or so for him. I have the full count. I can forward it.
So out of the little over 500 electoral area coordinators, you are telling us
522.
522.
451.
451.
Yes.
Right.
You can do the math on that. Declared, and they came out and declared for him in his presence.
But that means you will get 70% in Accra, because if electoral areas, if electoral area coordinators, who I know very well, who are to whip the polling station executives in order to come and vote. I mean, they are only below the constituency executives. Are all gunning for you, 451 in Greater Accra. Are you telling us you will get over 70% in Greater Accra?
I am telling you that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to win Greater Accra.
70%.
Convincingly.
70%. You have 451.
You can ascribe your percentage. I am banking on a clear victory for him.
Okay, so I'm also taking it from the angle that you're saying the delegates have declared. All the other candidates will also go and try and speak to them. And then we've seen in this country where, I don't know, fear delegates and all of those things. You're very sure that you're taking what they're saying into this election?
MPP delegates have never gotten it wrong. I'm sure you've heard the expression fear delegates. And this one we had a conversation. I said, trust delegates. Trust them. The MPP delegates have never gotten it wrong. Anytime they stood firmly with a candidate, every time they believed in political consistency and the value of not dropping our leaders, just as they did for Nana Akufo-Addo, former president. Majority of them are saying, this man, and this is conversations I've had with some of them. And ultimately, the summary is this, and this is something I believe deeply as a party person, as a former parliamentary candidate, as a, we are foot soldiers, literally, because we're on the ground. The commitment to make Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia flag bearer was higher than the commitment to make him president. And why am I saying this? It alludes to the apathy we saw in the 2024 election. The incumbent only increased his count from 2020 by about 100,000. Our count dropped by 2.1 million. And our people are saying that some of you hate us. Some of you didn't listen to us. Some of the things that were promised, we didn't see. And yes, we saw the benefits that others got, but we also want some priority. Out of all of this, and I tell everybody who is a party person, who's a delegate, none of our forebears, be it John Agyekum Kufuor or Nana Akufo-Addo, ever said, if I do not win, then to hell with everybody. He never said that. None ever said, I don't know why you're singling out one candidate. I'm saying that.
I've been watching the campaigns. I've seen what everybody's saying.
Well, if he has said that, then if he has said that, then the anomaly here is that nobody who aspired to the position used divisive words or language or incited or dialed up ethnic undertones or tribal undertones or religious undertones in the party. Our motto, development in freedom, is not just about economic freedom. Hold on, let me land. Our motto, development in freedom, is not just about economic freedom. It's knowing that Kabiru in Wale Wale has expression in our party and feels a part of the party. It's knowing that Eric, who lives in Elubu, is also part of the party. Is knowing that Amina, who lives somewhere northeast, is part of the party. Is knowing that Ifriye, who comes from the eastern region, is part of the party. Is knowing that any Fulani or Zongo person has full expression in our party. And any flag bearer who fails to see this and think that the party is anchored on only one majority ethnic group does not deserve to be a flag bearer. So Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia embodies unity.
Some people
he
are
embodies
saying,
what we desire in a leadership. His calm composure, his ideas, his humility, his affability, and his dedication to the party, especially in the last 2 decades. It's important for us not to dismiss this fact.
And some people are saying, because you are preaching unity, Bawumia is preaching unity. Some people on social media are saying that Kennedy Japan is divisive and preaching a divisive campaign. Is that true?
Why are they saying this?
From your
Based on what are they saying this?
From some of the things that you are saying.
So let me say, I always focus on my candidates and preaching the virtues of my candidates.
Right.
I do not amplify the views of other candidates unless I feel their views are a threat to our democracy.
Okay.
So the only time I recall, the only time I took exception to something that had come from that camp was when they said they wouldn't have conceded, to show that, to communicate some sense of bravado or confidence. And that is where you get it wrong. And I've said it on another platform, I'll say it here. Every flag bearer of our party has embodied 3 core beliefs. They embody it. They put the nation first, they are people-centered, and they are principle-driven. Before Akufo-Addo became president, for years he had spoken about free education. For years. And he comes to power. What does he do? He implements it. For years he believed in the rule of law. For years he believed we're a democracy. There were people that would say the worst of things about him, and they got away with it. We've seen the last year. People have said things, and the president himself is saying, we know your IP address, will come for you. So you have an opportunity to choose somebody who at all times put the nation first. Kufuor did it. Right. When he lost in 96, what did he do? He congratulated Rawlings on the days in his inauguration. When Akufo-Addo lost in 2012, he went to the court to remedy the problems that others wanted to fix using violence. 4 years after Kufuor lost in 96, Ghanaians saw the difference in him and voted him in power. When Akufo-Addo resorted to the courts, Ghanaians saw the difference that he put the nation first and put him in power. When Bawumia conceded, knowing very well the trouble that NDC was ready to foment, because already they had whipped up sentiments that there's no way MPP will let go of power, he conceded. Do you know what the hardest thing to do is to stand in front of people and tell them you've lost? Within a certain time, like as they are saying, as fast as he did, because he did not want to let anybody lose their life on account of his personal ambition.
Finally, as we wrap up on this, we've got barely 3 weeks to the election. Of course, I'm going to ask you about the spiritual part. I'll ask you about that, but a lot other concerns also about what this election has been like in terms of the campaign from all the teams and what people are saying and the aftermath of it. Is this still going to be the NPP where everybody says, okay, I saw you during the campaign, this is what you said, this is what you said, or it's just bringing a lot of divisions, cracks in the party?
So on the 31st of January, when we go and vote, we are essentially going to vote for a president of our party, because come 2028, the fairest shot at the presidency. So whoever we select, and I believe that is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia that they are going to select, will ultimately become the president of this country. What we have clearly seen in the last couple of months, and especially in the last few weeks, from certain followers of some of the candidates, tribalism, ethnocentrism, religious intolerance has no expression in our party. It doesn't have any expression even in our country. Ghana is one of the best West African states that Christians and Muslims converge and nothing will happen. They won't fight, they won't kill each other, nothing will happen. And it's not in our party for us to have people who are reckless in their politics to take onto certain platforms to champion these views. Bigotry is not attractive, and that is why when they expose some of their thoughts, people come at them. At the end of the day, our party membership is not exclusive to any one Akan tribe, nor is it exclusive to any one northern tribe. Everybody comes together to form this great party. One of the things that gave us weight was our brothers from the north coming forth to join us to help us form the party. So if any one candidate lacks knowledge of the history of the party, they do not deserve to be elevated into.
You're very close to Dr. Bawumia. Very, very close to Dr. Bawumia. That I know. You're very close to Dr. Bawumia. When he wins power, and I'm sure you can tell us this for sure, there's been too many attacks on his person by, again, I would say the Kennedy Japan camp, even from the Dr. Brian camp. Maybe I haven't heard too much from the Dr. Duchuman and the Kwabena Japan camp. When he wins, with all of these attacks, some of which we have evidence of, documented and printed on social media, will you be okay and comfortable, even if his person, and as humble as he is, would want to include everyone in the campaign towards securing the 2028 elections? Will you, and not you alone, the campaign team, be comfortable bringing these people, quote unquote, who have insulted some to you, your person, some to him, the aspirant,
and the insinuations from over the
and all of that? Yes.
The insult on his person is not even just. It's not just. They don't just ring fence him. They extend it to his spouse. They extend it to family members and even his supporters. The greatest mark or attribute of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is to ignore the vitriol that comes from his opponents, to look them in the eye and shake their hand. Say we are all involved. At the end of the day, I need your help.
Will you work with them?
Oh, I don't have any.
No, you're very close to him.
Personal issue. I don't have any personal issue with any of them. I think that what we have to realize, and which is the bane of our politics, is the one who hurts you the most during a campaign cycle is actually the one that you have to go to. Ask for help. Have you noticed that?
Really?
The one who hurts you the most, who says the worst things, who exposes you to all sorts of things and cooks up stories or whatnot. You, the winner, is still supposed to be the bigger person, to look the person who's caused you trauma in the eye and say, come and join me. And I'm saying that the bigger person in this picture who can do this out of all the candidates is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Let me put it this way. The NPP suffered a huge defeat in the last elections. Out of the report, we haven't seen the detailed report, but we've seen snippets and heard bits and pieces of it. One of the key issues is that the NDC used words and campaign and activities from your biggest opponent, who is Kennedy Japan, to campaign against you, some of the things he has said. He's still going on saying some of the things currently, which, if you win power, the NDC will still use, which will still affect you, which will still hurt your campaign towards the 2028 elections. Will you call them to work with them?
So one of the things that members of the party have had issue with is that the campaign took a certain form which got literally out of control as far as what other members were saying. After this election, with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the president, there will be a new patriotic party. In fact, there will be a new MPP that is rooted in discipline, that is rooted in ideology, and that is rooted in progress and not selfish ambitions. The new MPP, led by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, would bring to bear persons with integrity, with character, with honesty, transparency, and people-centered leadership across the rank and file of the party. What this party is craving the most is discipline. And once we elect our flag bearer, the rank and file would have no option
Everybody will follow suit.
than to fall in line. There is I've had issues with anti-party behavior. It's taken its worst form the last couple of months. And again, I tell them, if you want people to look at us, to want to have confidence in us, everybody has a responsibility to behave well within the party because we are all ambassadors of the party.
Yes.
The only person I believe who can bring everybody together is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Okay.
The appetite he has and the love he has for members of the party, even his opponents, is unrivaled.
I have one last
I
question for
see
you
a future in him as a
about your
great
faith in the prophecies that have come. I don't know if this one you put.
Of course, that was going to be the final one before we wrap up.
Let me read some messages, then I'll let you ask about that. Ishaba Anelka from Ashaiman constituency says, "Good afternoon. I'm pleading to all delegates across the country to vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as our flag bearer and president come 2028, the most marketable candidate of our dear party. Greetings to my mum, Honorable Akosua Menu Kozi, a.k.a. Adenta Beyonce." I didn't know about the Adenta Beyonce. Well, so I am Haj Kabi. Good afternoon. Dr. Bawumia is the best vote. So vote for number 3 on 31st January 2026 for sure. Victory in 2028. Panda in Adenta says, "We in the NPP are ready to vote for Dr. Bawumia massively. He's humble, intelligent, selfless, and the most prepared candidate to lead us into the next general elections." Daniel Esiama is from Adenta constituency. He also says, "Please assure Honorable Akosua Menu for us that we are behind her, and because of her, the question she was not answering, we will answer for her. We will fully endorse Bawumia come 31st January, and we'll go ahead to vote for him in 2028 to become the president of Ghana.
No,
we are behind Akosua Menu, and we are behind Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Long live NPP." Let me leave you. But do you know? I've mentioned his name all through. Elbernard, Prophet Elbernard.
Yes.
You know Nigel Ogezi, Prophet Nigel Ogezi.
Yes.
You know
Nigel has been in the media.
Prophet Emmanuel Walasi.
Walasi has been in the media too. I know Walasi. I know Nigel. I've not engaged in met him in person before.
But Prophet Elbernard.
I went to his church campaign 2023. Okay. Yes.
They are giving conflicting prophecies, and these prophets are prophets who have prophesied about national elections, parliamentary elections, constituency elections, and so on and so forth. And today we have Apostle Ray also here in the studio. I don't know who he will prophesy for. Maybe he's going to say that Bawumia would win. I don't know. Or Kenneth Japan would win.
I keep asking that, where are the other 3? Looks like there's no prophetic word for the other 3.
Prophet Emmanuel Walasi says Kenneth Japan shouldn't have wasted his money. He won't get 2%. Do you panic by these things? Do you get affected by these things?
Let me just say, Orimpong Media, I'm a Saman polling station chairman. He says if I don't mention that he's for DMB, you won't get so
right, that's fine. That's right.
Media, yes. So that's by the by. So prophecies. Okay, so let me use myself as an example. When I campaigned, there were several, and once you become, you show yourself up for a contest. People show up, calling themselves men of God. Now, there's no barometer or there's no scanner for you to... In fact, if somebody could devise a scanner, like when you're going through the checkpoints at the airport, and they want to inspect you to see if you have any, there should be something like that. So it literally beeps when you are a false prophet.
And Akosua, please, you'd have to just wrap up this quickly.
Let me wrap
take
up.
A break road.
At any given time, with every election, there's never been 100% endorsement or one prophecy in the direction of one candidate. There's always been a divide every time. And after whoever wins, the others who didn't will ascribe all sorts of reasons. This particular one is no different. What I take exception though to is that prophecies should not be like a Chewa movie, part 1 to 24, where someone says a prophecy in October, adds an addendum to the prophecy in November, reiterates it in December, amplifies it in January, writes a book calls for an inauguration is all over on the airways championing. If you believe it, you believe it.
Okay.
Let the rest do their work on
Right.
it. But in this particular instance, data aside, having been on ground myself, especially when we finished Greater Accra, if I compare it to the last election, the endorsements for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, especially in how he's conducted himself during this campaign process, everybody's saying that he's the most presidential. In fact, he's the only presidential candidate.
Right.
And when we say the first gentleman of the land, he embodies it, and we should make him.
Thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you very much.
We wish you the very best. Yeah, on your campaign. Definitely, I'm sure we'll cross paths again before 31st. January. She is special aid to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
The best candidate win. We are praying for your candidates, and we are praying for other candidates
Dr.
as
Mahmoud
well.
Bawumia to win. Thank you very much for your prayers.
Thank you.
All right, you're watching Good Afternoon Ghana here. We're taking a break. When we come back, as Kwesi mentioned earlier, we're talking to Apostle Ray. And we'll get to have an interesting conversation. So stay with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana.
Start your Kids Day the right way, filled with confidence to take on any challenge. Pepsodent Kids contains the right amount of fluoride and sugar acid protection to care for their developing gums and teeth. Grab either orange or strawberry so they brush with the sweet flavor they love morning and evening. Pepsodent Kids, giving your children a bright smile for a brighter future.
Are you a headmaster, headmistress, parent, teacher, or an educator looking for high-quality textbooks for preschool, primary, and junior high school students? Look no further than Advocate Publishing Company. Advocate Publishing Company is a leading publisher of educational materials in Ghana that publishes very engaging, interactive, and comprehensive textbooks that meet the needs of students, teachers, and parents. Our textbooks are thoroughly published to make learning fun and easy. They are also designed to stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity in students. Make Advocate Publishing your preferred choice for all your educational needs. Explore our range of textbooks and educational resources. Visit us at the old GNTC yard near Kingsway, Accra. You can contact us on 0503 786 776 or 02408 06354, also 0531 600360, and connect with us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at Advo Publishing. Don't settle for less. Choose the best. Advocate Publishing Company, empowering young minds one textbook at a time. Thinking Publishing, think Advocate Publishing.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us here on Good Afternoon Ghana. My name is Desmond Okrekudan, so I'm doing this with Akosia Free, and we're getting into our next conversation. And if you've been watching the show, you know that from Monday we've been speaking to men of God, their perspective on what is going to happen with the country and getting to know them also. And today we're speaking to the head pastor of Cedar Impact Miracle Center, that is Apostle General Ray Michael. When I shared the flyer, questions were where did the title, so I said I was going to ask him before we get into all of that. And if you follow him on TikTok, you see that he's very active on social media, and there's a campaign I'm going to ask him about, campaign against instrumentalists, and many other things, including, of course, the NPP presidential primaries that we'll get into. So let's get right into the conversation. You can join us. The WhatsApp number will be put on the screen, and send in your messages to be part of the show. Apostle, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
First off, for many of us who are seeing for the very first time, right. Apostle General Ray Michael. Yes. Ray Michael is the real name.
Right.
And then Apostle General.
Yes.
So give us a background of where you began from, your family, and then we'll get into ministry and how Apostle General came about. Because that's a question a lot of people want to know where it came about.
Interesting, interesting. Well, thank you so much. I'm from a family of 16. Yeah,
16.
Yes, and one of those you might know is Celestine Donko. That's my biological sister. She's
the musician Celestine Donko.
Yes, that's she's the. I think she's the 7th, and I'm the 10th. Yes, yes, we're 16.
So 14 siblings.
Yeah, no, we are 16. We are altogether we are 16. Yes.
And one father, one mother.
With my mother, we're 12.
One mother, 12
yes,
children.
one mother, 12.
12 children.
Yeah, my dad, he had to spread the gospel. So, yeah.
That's more than
so we had the other 4 gospels from another angle.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your mother was the first.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The
and
main,
then she had 12.
She had 12. Yes.
And your father still wanted to have more children.
Yeah, you know.
After the last one.
We have to spread the word.
So you are the 10th.
10th. Imagine if he stopped at 4 or 5, I wouldn't be here. Yeah. So, and all the ones that came from the other source, they are playing the role.
Of God, so you support procreation. Procreation is very good.
Yes, I support it. I support it seriously.
But how many children should a man have?
As many as he can.
With one woman?
If the woman can't give you, you get another one, you continue from there.
You're a prophet. You're saying that the man, if the man wants more children, he should marry more people.
If the woman can't give you more, you go for more.
You can have side chicks or girlfriends.
If you want to.
No, but even with the procreation, if you do not have the money to, or the funds to take care of
you
the
know,
children,
you must know your strength. You must know where you are. As far as I'm concerned, there's no limitation anyway. That if one wants to be a bishop, then he must be of one wife.
But it doesn't support, the Bible doesn't support what you're saying.
Where? Prove
you
it.
are the apostle.
Okay, show me. Where
One
does
wife,
it?
one
Where is it?
One wife. We'll look for it now. We'll look for it.
No, show me.
No, I should have brought my Bible, but I have it.
No, you don't need Bible. It's there. It's your phone. You can Google it.
I have my phone.
I could see about the side chicks and other women, and you said, yeah, you can go ahead with that.
My brother, it's now we call it side chicks, and we've termed it that way. But they are all wives. They are all concubines. Father Abraham, that we all celebrate, he had concubines. You understand? And when God hates something, he's straight with it. I hate this. I don't like this. Let's see from Genesis to Revelation, where God sent a messenger to say, I've seen you marry more than 2. Judgment is coming to you. I'm destroying you. Why did you marry more than 1?
But God did not also say you should go marry 2. So if you cite
there is a law. There is a law in the Bible that actually protects polygamy, protects the first wife.
Which part of that?
It's in the Bible. If you like, I can
show me. You have asked me. You have asked me to show you the one wife.
Oh no, I can show you.
To you.
If you
so even in Genesis, you cited the example of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize that when Abraham had to go beyond Sarah, there was a problem? You are the prophet.
Even in
there was a problem. Do you acknowledge that there was a problem?
Even in marriages where
first of all, do you acknowledge that
problems are everywhere?
And God wasn't happy with it.
No, problems are everywhere.
God wasn't happy.
It was not God who wasn't happy with it.
But who wasn't happy?
It was Sarah who had the problem. And Sarah went to tell Abraham that he should let the first wife go. And he went to ask God. And God said, listen to your wife.
Because he wasn't happy with it. So he had to allow it.
Yes. And if Sarah was okay with it, God wouldn't have stopped it.
Was your mother okay with the 4 other children?
Yes, she's fine.
So you are preaching that as a man of God. If I have the capacity.
No, I don't preach it. It's not something I push on people. Neither do I condemn those who do it.
So in your church, someone can come and say that, Pastor, I have this woman, I have another woman, I have maybe 3 that I am with, and you're cool with that?
What should I do?
Okay.
I should beat him or her. If he has the my brother, if Despite comes to marry your sister, you will tell him no.
I don't know if Despite is married. No, hold on. I don't know
no,
if
you know Despite is married. He wants to marry. He doesn't want to sleep with your sister left, right, center. He wants to marry her. He said, I have a wife. I want to take care of you.
And he's not a Muslim.
He's not a Muslim. Is it only for Muslims to marry?
I know Muslims can marry up to 4.
Yes.
But for Christians,
Christians can even marry more than 4.
Okay, Apostle, you.
So I want to ask you, will he?
Will you do that? Will you marry more than 1?
if I get to a point where I have to, I will.
Does your wife understand this and appreciate
Oh, I've told my wife, she knows.
And is she okay with that?
Of course.
That when you have enough money, you marry more.
No, it's not, I didn't say money. Please don't misquote me.
You said have
I said,
to.
if I
What
get
does
to a
that
bit,
have to?
right now, I don't see any need currently to say, oh, okay, let me go and marry another woman.
Are you a controversial person?
Yes, I'm a very controversial person.
You like
Maybe it's not like I'm trying to be controversial.
Okay. No, you
but
look like a controversial person.
my perspective on certain things, because I sit down and I listen to what everybody is saying, and I go and read a thing for myself, and I realize that, for instance, on tithing, I don't take tithing much. I've never given tithe before.
You don't believe in tithe?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because it was a system given to the Jews for a purpose and for a period.
I am happy about the scenario you give, because then the polygamy can now be cited and associated
in
with
context,
the system which is part.
No,
but we are in a new dispensation. So you cannot go back to cite the example of Father Abraham.
No, there are things that are dispensational.
No,
for example,
okay,
then we don't give offerings.
You are reprobating.
Then in New Testament we don't give offering. Because Old Testament we were giving offering. Go ahead.
Odifo.
You said you want to go that way. I'll go with you. You said since that there are so many things that way that we are still doing it today. But there are certain things we can pick out.
Tithe is actually in the New Testament. Tithe, I'll find that.
The fact that it was mentioned in the New Testament.
In the order of Melchizedek. It's in the New Testament. Then, so if you don't believe in it, it is not because it is associated with the Old Testament, and so it is a thing of the past.
No, we need to understand system. If we don't take care, we'll deviate from one.
Okay. But I'm happy the way you are.
No. For me, I will give it to you the way it's supposed to be said. There is no need for us to be pretending. Look, my brother, let's be honest.
Right.
If all married men say, I'm married to my wife, I have only one wife, that's it. Right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
I'm not saying.
Yes.
Do you know do you know that there are so many women who will never have children till they die?
Why?
How many women?
That is not scientifically proven.
It is proven.
No, it is not scientifically proven.
Let's be honest. Do you know how many women that have children and it's only because somebody's husband impregnated?
But do you know there are actually more men in the world than women?
Of course, but where are they?
So if there are more men in the men than women and we do one-to-one, the more men will be more.
Where is the one-to-one? Go to Lesotho, go to South Africa, go to Kenya. Just go to Kenya and tell them the story.
So now you are talking. So it's just the background that you were telling us that has brought up this conversation.
Yes. Right. Mentioned one background, and here we are.
So my producer has sent me this. He says in 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 2, it says, a bishop then must be blaming no man, having one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to each. So, Bright, let's do it this way.
He said,
give me.
Again. He said who?
I want to know which version, whether it's KJV, and give me more than just the give me the whole chapter. And let me be able to interpret.
Let me help you.
Yes,
I have the Bible.
You are there.
The chapter is dedicated to selecting leaders, advising Timothy.
Yes.
Paul was advising Timothy on what to do. Now remember that Paul himself, per his personality, he does not support the idea of marriage.
Yes, exactly.
And you find out from 1 Corinthians, he literally said those that are not married should not even look for marriage again. And he said those who will marry will go through a lot of problems. Right?
Yes.
So first of all, we understand that, like the way I'm sitting, I'm talking about, I have my own understanding of certain things. So you should understand that Paul, as a person, as an apostle, had his own personality and understanding of certain subjects.
Yes.
Now, he's advising somebody who he has mentored to raise leaders in the church.
Yes.
Now, he believes that, again in 1 Corinthians.
But that's according to the inspiration of God. So no. Because it is a right.
It's not everything Paul said. It's not everything Paul said that is an inspiration of God.
Which one is not?
And there are so many of them, he even says it, that this is not from God. This is my
his
own. Exactly. And there are things that he even thought were inspiration from God, but later we found out that he was wrong. So when you are reading the Bible, you read it with a full perspective. You try to understand from here to here. Okay. Now, see, one of the things that he was totally wrong about, 1 Corinthians, I think, chapter 9, where he was talking about eating food that are offered to idols. According to Paul, there is nothing wrong with this. So long as you give thanks and you eat it, it's fine. But then in the book of Revelation, Jesus appears to John and said, I hate it. I hate that you are eating food offered to idols.
Okay.
Is there inspiration there?
So of course the standard is Jesus.
Right.
And his teachings.
Right.
Right. Where did you get Apostle General from?
I am an apostle, ordained, certified apostle.
Okay.
And I am the general overseer of my ministry. So people just call me general, and then it becomes.
So you put it together.
Exactly.
but some also believe that to be able to get that title for yourself, there needs to be a certain level of the spirits that you must have been.
Okay, so
dimensions of
so show me my level and let me put the title on it.
So I want to know which level. You tell us which level, how long you have been in there.
No, those who are arguing,
Right.
they don't care about how the economy is going. This will not put food on their table. The title I have, in fact, most of the time on my flyers, I even just write my name just like that.
I've seen that.
But I'm not a title kind of person.
Okay.
It's just that's how people know me.
But you operate in the prophetic dimension.
Yes, I do.
You teach.
Yes.
You preach.
Yes.
You do all the things that would make you.
I have all the signs of an apostle.
An apostle.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 12, he said, these will be the signs of an apostle. Miracles, signs, and wonders. You cannot know me and not see these things. These are things that you see with me every day.
What are you seeing about him now?
I've not seen anything.
Yeah, this.
One thing, why should I lie that I've seen something when I've not seen anything?
Have you seen anything?
I can have a whole service without prophesying to anybody. I don't have to. I don't have to. You understand? So if you know your place and you know what God is doing, okay, somebody is called Archbishop, Professor, whatever, has not even opened the eye of one blind person before.
Okay, so
you preach in the gift of healing.
Oh, that's where God has called me, by the grace of God.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Let's come to this here. Let's come to
okay, right. I just have a quick question. I want to, because I am a musician also. So the bits about instrumentalist is very important.
Do we have?
No, we may not have all the time, but just a bit of that.
Let's do it this way. You
Right.
see, we are going to make sure. I should have brought my Bible. And we just went off.
No, but once you have your phone, you have your Bible. Now Bible is online.
I have my Bible that I have marked.
So don't say that.
I like to mark things, so I'll bring it here.
Okay, no problem. I can meet you here anytime.
We'll bring you back.
And I promise I won't come with anything. I won't come with even a sheet of paper. You just quote.
Today we invited you for something. Let's go on with that.
Okay.
But we'll go and do our searching.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Okay, so just a quick one on the instrument. Then we'll talk about the NPP and all of that. You are an instrumentalist yourself.
I used to be.
You used to be.
Yes.
Why are you against instrumentalists being paid for their or rendering service in the house of God? And again, for me and many others, in critiquing what someone had done as an apostle general, you use certain words that should not be used.
But by which standard? Which standard?
For the standard that you hold as a leader of a ministry.
Prove to me where.
What you said, I cannot say it on TV.
I can say it.
No, you cannot say it.
So if you don't want me to say it because
if you, as the leader of the church, say that,
the Bible
what
says
will your
that
church people say?
Respond to a fool by his folly, so that he does not think that he is wise. Apostle Paul looks at a whole nation, the people of Galatians, including the kings and the older people there, and he says, "Oh, foolish Galatians, who has been
That's
with
Galatians chapter 3.
Thank you.
Verse 1.
Jesus Christ looks at the Pharisees, people that existed and are older than his father. He looks at them and he called them blind fools. Matthew chapter 23. He calls them blind fools.
Right.
He called them brood of vipers. The thing is that the hypocrisy in the system, I feel like it's too much.
But someone says same to you and you curse the person.
On what basis? What is the basis? When I was making a statement, if I'm here and I'm saying, you don't have money, you've gone to take 3-4 women. I'm just...
No, go ahead.
Let's assume I'm saying that you don't have money. You've gone for 3-4 women. I'm poor. Why should you come and attack me? Have I mentioned your name?
But it's an insult.
Yes, but did I insult you?
If the person...
I was making a general statement. I am describing the action that the person did. What you are doing is foolish. That thing you are doing is foolishness, because you must put yourself in a position. So I'm speaking about instrumental. Get this.
Right.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm speaking about instrumentalists who don't want to learn, and they just focus on what? Charging. So where is this whole thing coming from? I even said it on social media.
Yes.
We call this guy, come and play a keyboard for us.
So in that statement, you were talking about those who are now learning and doing do, re, mi, fa.
You can't even play.
Those who are very learned and have the skill of
And
playing.
I never said don't pay them. Go check.
Okay.
Prove
But should
to
they
me
be paid?
one video.
For them, they have to be paid.
Should instrumentalists be paid
Should they be paid? Yes, if they are working full time.
for the church?
Yes. I've said it so many times. I even said, if you're not paying this guy, you're having church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they have to come. So this person can't work. He can't go and be a police. He can't open a barbering shop. He can't do anything. So the guy is coming to church every day. He can't do anything.
You pay yourself as a pastor?
No, I've never been paid as a pastor. No, I don't take a dime from the church.
How do you eat?
People gift me.
You prophesy to them and they give you money.
You see, testimonies bring results. Imagine me that I pray for somebody who is blind to get his eyesight. Now, one kasa bibi can't say, so for yabu ame. No, you come and I've never asked anybody.
Okay.
Follow my ministry. I would when I pray for you today, tomorrow you come, I'll be like, who are you? Have I seen? I don't even know you.
Okay. So as a country, Ghana, how is it important to have, ministers such as yourself talking about social stuff that can divide your church, like politics and all of those things?
Not everybody has the grace to say certain things. See, some of the things I say on social media,
yes.
If I tell you the kind of men of God that call me, and I don't even know how they got my number,
yes.
But they'll call me, they're like, Apostle, I wish I could give you a car. You are speaking what some of us cannot say.
Really?
I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. I know for him, he has said I can say it anywhere. I was driving out of Accra recently. Then I see a phone call, and then I check, and it was Prophet Kum Chacha. I've never met him before. I mean, he's not in my league, you understand? When Kum Chacha was in ministry, I was a baby.
Yes.
So for me to receive a phone call from such a person, for me, I was so glad. And he was excited that, look, I like the way you are straightforward. He said, keep it up. Don't let people pull your face to the ground. The thing you are saying, a lot of pastors want to say it, but they don't have the courage. They don't have the balls.
Like they marry more than one and two.
Many of them, many of those pastors.
Like having concubines. Like fornicating.
Many of them have it.
Like fornicating.
No, having a concubine is not fornication.
Having a side chick is not fornication.
It's not.
What is the definition? Don't just say something because
you. Apostle
General. Don't ask me some questions.
Do you have a side chick?
Me?
Yes.
I'm looking for one if I get.
But do you have one now?
No, I don't have.
Have you had one before?
No. I just got married though.
Yes. How
long? A year now. That's why I'm enjoying
within the year, no.
No.
Within the year.
I'm focused.
Your hands are lifted.
Yeah, I'm focused.
But very soon you have a side chick.
I'm still looking in the atmosphere. Where it leads to, it's not always about. You understand? It's not always about.
So if somebody is watching you now and they admire you, young, fine gentleman.
They can apply. I will consider with my wife.
Okay.
Oh, you would let your wife?
Oh, of course. I would tell my wife. This lady is interested.
My last question, then he can round up. Should the church pay taxes?
If the church should, there's nothing wrong. You see, who pays the tax? Who pays? Is it the church or the people?
The church.
The church.
As a organization.
Yes,
so who pays it?
It's the people.
Thank you. So if you say church should pay tax, church should pay, you are the one who will come and pay it. No, there's no problem.
So the GRA boss who comes to church, who will come and give you the money, and
they will go and use it to pay him. It's a very simple thing. Now, you see, I was recently on an interview, and we were talking about church, the money that comes and how we use it.
How is this best?
And then I was explaining. The person was shocked. I was shocked that they didn't know these things.
We have 3 minutes to close. Who is winning the MPP primaries? 3 minutes.
I don't know.
God hasn't spoken to you.
I know. He has not said anything to me.
But you have seen it.
But I am against somebody winning.
Who are you against?
I am against Kenneth Japong.
Why are you against Kenneth Japong?
Because he's against the church.
He's against the church?
Yes.
Is he not against some of the things of the church?
No, because his standard of measure is wrong. You see, you can't tell me that somebody speaking in tongues, where Jimmy for? So I speak in tongues. So immediately you have classified me as somebody. And one thing about him is he has.
but you see, people from Anglican, people from Methodist, people from
some of the Orthodox,
having complained. Is he against the church?
You see,
what are you saying?
You see. When we say somebody is against the church, you listen to what the person says. Okay? You saw what he did. Now, in some people's mind, they are happy. Yes, he's fighting false prophet. Yes. But the thing is that the false prophet that you are fighting, your standard cut across to genuine prophet. Because one of his standard for a false prophet is somebody who prophesies. Mehu say. He literally said people going to church is a problem on weekdays. Okay, fine. There are people who are on holidays. There are people who do their own works and they have employed other people. If they have to go to Mpaibo on Tuesday morning because they have businesses running, and there are people who are unemployed, they are just home doing nothing. Those people, where should they go? They just want to go and pray.
So you don't want him to win?
Oh no!
You prayed against him.
Are you praying against him to win?
I'm praying, I am believing God that he will not. I am believing God, and I'm saying this here. Let me say. See, I'm an apostle. I'm not a prophet. No. I am an apostle. I'm not a prophet. So don't take me into that direction. Now listen. Let me say this before. If we have anywhere to go, we go.
Yes. 1 minute.
Those who are going to vote for
the Prime
Ken Ejapong, they are going to regret it. If they vote for him to win. Number two, I have a message for Prophet Bernard L. Bernard.
Yes.
He's one of the genuine men of God. Prophet I know. I love that man so much. But I told him something some time ago. I said, go back and look at the vision again. You have seen.
You told him and you called him or?
Oh no, I made a video and it got to him, of course. Yeah, he even responded on his page. Okay. Now you see.
You said he should go back to.
Yes, he should go back and look at the vision again. Yes. Because the fact that you saw a vision of something happening does not mean that it is supposed to happen.
Okay.
That's one.
Yes.
Number two, sometimes God can use you to mislead someone who has offended the church.
So Ken is being misled.
Oh, I never said that.
But it is possible.
It is very possible. Looking at records.
So those who are going to vote for Ken,
they will regret. They will regret.
Apostle, thank you very much for coming.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you. But make time, let's come back.
I'm always there. Just give me a phone call.
Make time and let's come back.
Yeah, give me a phone call.
Let's go into detail.
Maybe we need to go visit one Sunday.
Of course. And we'll come to your church too.
Apostle Ray Michael, thank you very much for coming in. He is the head pastor of Cedar Impact Miracle Center. I had quite a number of questions about miracles. We will talk about that later. Thank you very much for coming. And also thanks to Akusia Menu for coming. Special aid to Dr. Bamia. That's where we wrap up on the show today. Of course, my name is Desmond Okrekuda. So I did this with Akusi Ifrie and kudos to the production team. We're back tomorrow. So it's a holiday, but we'll be here. Right. So enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.